starts training. So this is already trained. So what happens then when it's finished, you get this, you get to see this. And you can use this with Flux, which is great because Flux is really the best model after Midjourney or with Midjourney. It's just as good actually. So then what you do then is then you can describe a situation of Naomi Campbell or yourself. And if you, so take in mind that if you want to create a social video, for instance, and you're going to go publish this on YouTube Shorts or Instagram or TikTok, then make sure that while you're generating, you already choose the right aspect ratio. That's important because it'll be harder to change later. So let's describe this image. So I kind of have a prompt ready. Here we are. Oh yeah, so now this is what happens when you uploaded the images. Now it's going to say, okay, the number of images is quite good. It's good enough. So it says 50 is the best. So 50 plus. I'm not sure if it can train on 50 plus on Korea, but try to make it as much as you can find. I usually train anywhere between 35 images and 50. But the average resolution is low, so it would have been better if it was a higher resolution. So now I'm going to remove the one with Cindy Crawford, of which I think this is not going to work. And what I noticed when generating is that I had a lot of naked Naomi Campbells when generating, so could be nice for some purposes, but in this case I wouldn't really advise it. So I think like bikini shots, perhaps not. Depends on the purpose. But anyway, it does matter. So if you take those out, get a little bit more decent vibe. So we were going to create an image. So I'm going to make this 916. So I actually have used a lot of character training models. So this is a character training model, and I think it's quite good actually. Korea's one. It's definitely not bad, and the likeness is not bad at all. So she's a little bit older here, but she does kind of look like Naomi Campbell in my view. And I made some results with that. So I'm going to show you what I created. So these are, one second. So these were the ones I generated. So I think the base image is quite good in some cases. So I really like this one. Personally, that was a personal choice. But I did notice that she had like, what is this, right? I mean, this is a very strange flap. So I thought that we should change that. We should get this out. I also wanted to create 16 by 9 images, so for landscape video purposes. Also, maybe good to know that Runway is actually the only video tool that allows you to create landscape video, portrait video, sorry, so 9 by 16. It doesn't even allow 9 by 16, it allows, John, do you know what kind of aspect ratio? Runway, it's around 3 by 5 maybe, but it's like, it's a little bit shorter than 9 by 16. But in this case I want to create a landscape video, but it doesn't have the right aspect ratio right now. It's now 3 by 4 and it needs to be 16 by 9. So what I did is I went to Photoshop. So obviously I understand that, you know, maybe there are only a few here who own Photoshop or who have access to Photoshop, but I just wanted to show you how we handle these type of imagery. So this is what we got. Then I So I created like a bigger canvas, and I used a crop tool for that. And I made sure that the ratio was already filled in here. Then I used the generative expand option, and then it created this. Actually created more options, but I was like, okay, this is great. I like them all actually. And then what I did is I wanted to get this out, right? So I selected that part using this, like that. And then I generated with generative fill, and it created this. So again, this was before, this is after. Then I thought, okay, the arm looks a bit strange here, it's like a stripe. And so I removed that and I optimized the shirt a bit. So I did this next step. Then there was a strange thing in her jeans, so I took that also. I also took that out, and I optimized her hand. So this is also, I think, an important part of working with synthetic media. AI imagery is notoriously bad when it comes to handling the hands. So I wanted to optimize those. So this is what I did. It doesn't have to be perfect as of yet, because we're now going to use Magnific to upscale it. So the final image that I got low res, so this is the final low res image, was this. What I did then is I took it to Magnific, but Kriya can do this as well, and I also tried it on Kriya, and Kriya is quite good it's called Enhance. This is the upscaling tool. So I'm also gonna show you how that works. So when you have your image, so this was my image from Photoshop. I'm gonna drop that in here. Kriya.ai, that's I would definitely look into that if I were you. I think you get some free credits, and it's like, it starts at maybe 8 per month, but you don't need any other tool than Kriya. It can almost do it all, and it does really use the best models and the best APIs. So it would definitely be a tip. So and then you're here, then you can choose. It's good to know. I think that you can just press Enhance. You can press Enhance, but you can also get into the section where you can adjust things. So if you want the image to be more crisp or more high res, you can up the strength, you can up the resemblance when you think the output. Like for instance, you made something you think it doesn't really look like Naomi Campbell anymore, then you can do this. You just do that.